It's a steal. I'm sorry,
It
it's
is
a
a
steal.
bargain. You know, people come from all over, actually well beyond Pennsylvania and Maryland. Here Jason's on his roll, out he's getting his glasses on so he can actually see what's going on here. Jason Flood in the pits, highly modified pits
Now we're going to call the Flying Miracle. He's 22 years old now, but he's been flying since he was 16 years old. Started flying aerobatics was 17 years old. He wants to thank his dad and his mom and his dad's company, goes for making his airplane possible, flying for that's Jenny Aviation Restoration. And when Jason's done his program flying this afternoon, he will be over at his dad's airplane, yellow and green RV4 over there. They have t-shirts to sell now. Jason's out there flying. Jason Flood flying his S1S airplane. Now, it's not a stock airplane. It's been highly modified, over 50 different modifications on this airplane. It's got a Cato propeller, 3-bedded composite propeller from the airplane, fixed pitch propeller on the aircraft. Now, I call Jason the Miracle Boy, the Miracle Pilot, because about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago now, Jason was in a bad airplane crash. Not flying aerobatic, but flying for work. He is the sole person I know of who has survived a torn aorta in the accident and lived through it, and he's flying here for us today. Quite a gentleman to meet. We're not going to call him the Kid Pilot anymore. He's a flying miracle.
You may wonder where Jason's going. Well, it looks like we have an unauthorized airplane flying through our restricted airspace right now, so Jason's just going to kind of pull out of the way till whoever's over there goes somewhere else. This is all a closed airspace around, what, 5 miles of the airport right now, up to 3,000 feet. So he shouldn't be there, but he is. He's leaving, and Jason will be back with us momentarily. He broke for safety. He'll be back.
All you pilots out there, or camera guys, you've got the long lens on, get a picture of the airplane flying for us. We get the end number, we will violate it, yes. We have what they call NOTAMs, notice the airmen that are posted every day, daily. You can look them up on your iPads out before you take off and say, okay, this airport has an air show going on. I cannot fly within 3 miles of that airport. Or they were at 8,000 feet we own. We own a 3-mile radius around this airport up to 8,000 feet today. Do not fly in that airspace unless you were supposed to be there flying for the air show. If you do, we can violate you, and if we had his number, we would do that for not paying attention. Again, safety number one. We did have radio contact with the pilot because I'm sorry, I'm out of here. Yeah, we stopped the music and Jason will chase catch up. Oh, we're doing paperwork up here, excuse us. Violations, oh yeah, we're looking for it. Jason Flood, high flight, starting paramedic control course now. Again, this is S1S pits powered by an IO360 line coming into cranking in excess of 200 horsepower. It's a 3-bladed composite prop. Jason Flood, right up smoke all going vertical towards that beautiful blue sky over New Garden, Toughkenamon Airport this afternoon. Now the sounds you're hearing, not so much exhaust like I'll say little because it's a 180, 200 plus horsepower engine. It's the prop tips, that Cato prop, just about going supersonic, making all that noise. He'll actually spin his engine up to about 32 to 3,300 RPM. The normal red line's about 2,700 RPM on an IO360 light-foaming engine. Now this is a 4-cylinder, horizontally posed, air-cooled engine. IO injected opposed. It's a clarified horsepower engine. you see the smoke coming on and off on end of airplanes, there's a reason for that. They can flip the air, get smoke out of there. When they flip the switch, starts the fuel pump, it injects that smoke oil in the hot exhaust system. It burns it pretty rapidly. Now, any aerobatic airplane, weight is the penalty of any aircraft, so they try to keep the aircraft just as light as they can. So they flip the smoke on just so you can watch their trail in the sky, make sure you know where they are. And whatever maneuver they're going to do makes it spectacular, which they always do with Jason Flood flying, for which the snap rolls on everybody in the vertical down line. Now you get that camera problem working, making all 200 plus. There's your negative push of that 3, negative G to push the airplane up the vertical left-hand side of our airshow box. Now, when you go from a positive 5G to negative 3G push, your internals are just going, what? It takes years of practice to keep yourself from getting sick. Trust me, the first time you ever practice somebody, you're going to get upset. You're going to go freezing like a real hot in the cockpit. You're going to start sweating profusely. Yep, you're on the borderline to get air sick.
Forward passing now. You know, if your body's not used to pulling 5 or 6 Gs, all the blood goes away from your head, and you have to build up a tolerance to that so you don't pass out.
Hey, watch Chase go to the rope line, did a quarter roll of rope line, stop the airplane's vertical penetration, step in a hard left roll, touch your right hand, on the hammerhead turn. Watch Chase at 45 on the local 9 pitch, outside, push the outside, snap there, and pull the lumps of lock, which is check lumps of lock in for headache. And just a professional miracle pump is amazing. This Jason corrects right online, recovers the airplane wherever he's supposed to be, pointing the right direction. About 2 weeks ago, the aerobatic competition over South Jersey Airport. He was flying in intermediate category. Guess what? He won. Started flying competition aerobatics again when he was 17 years old. Flew the sportsman class, is where he started competition aerobatics, sports and intermediate to advanced. And he started winning right off the bat in the sportsman class. Stepped up a couple years ago to the intermediate class, and he's winning in that now. He flew this airplane to Oshkosh about 3 weeks ago at a sitting out for the IAC chapter building in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. His dad's over there, and his brother's over there watching him fly this afternoon. His girlfriend, his future sister-in-law, I believe, will watch him fly this afternoon for us. The whole family's aviation-oriented. Anytime you see one of our airshow pilots break and climb to altitude, there's a reason for that. They're going to come back and start another routine for the second half. Climb to altitude, turn that altitude into wind, they turn it into airspeed. Again, these airplanes, high horsepower airplanes, but they cannot go vertical forever. They do stop climbing. So the pilots have to know when to stop the vertical penetration, what airspeed altitude they need for the next maneuver. We see climb to vertical, as Jason's doing right now. 1/4 roll to left, 3/4 roll to right, keeps rolling airplane to vertical, flying, stops at the top of the airplane. Pushes outside. Now watch Jason take airplane right up, right, yeah, upright, flat spin. I'll get it out. There's 1. There's 2. This maneuver killed many a pilot in the early days, not knowing how to recover from upright or inverted flat spin. Jason makes it look easy. If you add power, the rotation actually slows down. So guys, hold me add power. It won't recover. You can have recover power. You got to pull the power back, let the rotation speed up, get the wing flying to recover. Jason goes right hand side of the box. Again, the hammerhead turn keeps the airplane right there, so box on the right hand side for us. Helicorns. Jason got little rolls here, but it's more back down. That's one side out. Negative, positive, up drive, possible, cross stop, hook it up, see down, hang it by the hooker harness inside the airplane. Got it out. Yes, the pilots are all fast inside the airplane with a hooker harness, a 5-point harness, 2 lap belts, 2 shoulder belts, and what they call a crotch strap holds the belts in place. They actually have a ratchet on the system that holds them down, just like you put your pickup truck. You put a load on it, start ratcheting the traps down. That's what they have inside the airplanes. As Jason comes up to the torque, go right back down through his own smoke. Trust me, you want to become one with your aircraft. You get inside the airplane. And And they're sitting on a parachute, which we hope they never get to use. Jason wants to thank, of course, his mom and dad. Making it possible to fly this airplane. And his dad, that's Kenny Aviation's Restoration, the one sponsor for him back in as usual. Let's thank the builder. We're not going to say actually built the airplane. It was built out in Texas. This is the airplane. It's just about the way Jason bought it. A few modifications that his dad, Joe Flood, has made to the airplane. Nice, round, orange silver loop for it. And if you put a quarter in your pocket held up there, I can guarantee you it's going to be round. And of course, Crosswinds Flight School. If you want to learn to fly, you can go to Crosswinds, also learn to fly there, or learn to fly right here at Garden Airport. And a big thanks to the prop from the airplane. It transmits all that horsepower to thrust and easy Cato props. Again, Jason comes to the right clip, but Jason has what's called a 500 feet above the ground. He's working on that zero waiver, where he actually bring the aircraft down and roll the wheels down the runway if he felt the need to. Jason pulls up, knife edge in the outside, snaps the airplane to the right from the knife edge 45 climbing turn. Again, Toughkenamon coming up here, gets cameras at, that's Jason Flood. Our miracle pilot's going to come through left to right for us, do a little photo ops for you. What we call the banana pass is arcing pass, come just a little bit behind the crowd, through the mountains and trees out here, right down there, shows sunlight, exit to the right. Good chance to get a nice picture of Jason Flood, the miracle pilot, as he's flying his bus.
Jason, if you missed the first one, here's another chance to get a good shot of the top one that you missed. Jason goes out and repositions for landing. Direct your vision out here to the airshow performers aircraft line, and you'll see behind the first line there are some smaller airplanes lined up and facing the other way toward the runway. They're aircraft, they're not quite full-scale aircraft, but there's some pretty amazing things that can happen with those, and you will see that here after we cover Jason Flood.
That's a farther walk from there. They may have visors back in that little place. Well, then I'll keep your visors because I wear them to wear the ground.
Well, we haven't come close to seeing all aerobatics today. The great thing about the way this air show is put together and what the performers that John Martin found is a lot of aerobatics, but they're all different. Every airplane is different. They all perform differently. It's not just, several of the same kind of airplanes out there flying their own routines. We have a couple very different biplanes, 3 very different monoplanes here today. The Cap 580 we haven't seen yet, the Russian Sukhoi we saw. We had the Youngmeister here. We have Jason Flood in his pits. So there's a wide variety of aircraft. They all fly differently. The pilots all fly them differently. So really, for one of the last of the small country air shows, the folks here have put together a very, very good program for us today.
Now, John, you look at their home base Matt Chapman's airplane that he flies for us. Now, there's an airplane that's a French-built aircraft with German-built wings, being powered by an American-made engine, being pulled through the air by a whirlwind prop. Who makes a whirlwind? Lyco not Lyco, but Hartzell makes a whirlwind propeller for American-made props. It's an international airplane all on its own.
It also has changed a little bit. Matt's gotten bigger and bigger engines and different propellers on that airplane over the years. We'll see him come fly for us here in a little while. Meanwhile, Jason Flood is taxiing back, folks. Direct your eyes to the right side of the taxiway. Remember, he can't hear you, but he can see you. And quite a performance for an up-and-coming young competitor and air show performer right here from Hamilton, New Jersey, Jason Flood. So wave to him and wave your thanks and appreciation as he taxis by.
Pull your hats off your head, your hankies out of your pockets. Give Jason Flood a big wave as he taxis by. Again, like John said, he can't see you, but he can't hear you, but he can see you. And hold your applause when he gets the engine shut down, the canopy off, the headset off, earplugs out, the headset off, and he can hear your applause once he gets the airplane shut down.